Hey there! Today, we will show you how to make your own hardcover notebook with our DIY set. So, let us look at all the things we need to get started. Here you can see all the material we need. And here are the bookbinding tools included in our set. You will also need a sharp knife, a pen and scissors. So let's get started. The first thing we need to do is to place the boards on the back of the cloth. With the case making squares, we can make sure that we have the correct spacing and 90-degree angles. We can then mark the outlines of the board with a pencil. We now apply bookbinding glue to the cardboard. When spreading the glue, make sure that the entire surface is covered. We use our brush to spread it evenly to all edges. We should work quickly, so that the glue does not become too dry. In case that does happen, we can simply apply more glue. Then, we place the cardboard and press it on with our palms. The case-making square is a great tool to have when placing the rest of the boards. We use 8mm spacing for the joints here, so if you do not have a case-making square, you need to measure well and work precisely to make sure that the distance between the 3 boards is equal and that everything is square. After placing the final board, we press again. Then we carefully turn everything over and rub the areas with cardboard with our bone folder. There should be no air bubbles between the cloth and the cardboard. We turn our half-done case back over and place a cutting mat beneath, as we now want to cut the corners. We start with the upper right-hand corner and use our corner cutting jig to cut off the corner in a 45-degree angle. We use a sharp knife and cut the cloth along the tool. If you do not have a corner cutting tool at hand, please make sure that the cut is not made directly at the corner of the cardboard, but with a distance of 2 millimeters. Now we want to turn in the edges. We start with the right-hand side and apply glue to the edge. Then we fold it over onto the cardboard. To do this, we first rub the cloth against the side edge of the cardboard with our bone folder and then bend the entire edge over and rub it firmly against the cardboard. Rubbing with our bone folder eliminates air bubbles and wrinkles. Now the corners have to be tucked in. To ensure that the corners look nicely shaped later, we have to press down on the protruding material. After tucking in the corners, we continue folding in the top and bottom of the case. Now we will apply our bookmark and headband. For this, we coat approximately 5 centimeters of the upper end of the spine with glue and spread it out with our brush. Then we simply place the bookmark on the glue and fix it with light pressure. We add more glue on top and spread it evenly. The headband is now glued over the bookmark ribbon. The goal is to have the colored end stick out above the top of the book. You can either cut the headband to the book block thickness before attaching it or shorten it afterwards as shown here. We then repeat the same process for the other side of the book block. The book block is now positioned in the case against the spine. Make sure the distance to all 3 open sides is equal. We carefully open the bookcase without moving the book block. We then apply glue to the end paper and spread it evenly. If you want to, you can place a sheet of paper beneath the end paper and apply the glue more freely. If you do it like me in this video, you have to be a little more careful at the edges. We can then carefully close the book cover on the end paper and press. Afterwards, we use our bone folder to form the joint. For this, we run the bone folder along the gap between the cover board and spine board. We then turn around our book and repeat the same process for the back. We open up our book to the first page and use our bone folder to apply pressure to the end paper in order to eliminate any wrinkles or bubbles. This process is then repeated for the back of the book. The last step in our process is to press the book for an extended period of time. We can place some heavy objects on our book and leave it overnight. In the morning, we should have a finished book, ready to be used. For example, it could be our notebook to keep track of all of our to-dos, so that we never forget to be creative. If you want to try this at home, you can find everything you need on our website. You can choose between many colors. For example, what about this pink? I hope you had some fun with me today, and I invite you to visit us on our website schmet.com. Come and discover the world of bookbinding.